Hello there. The government has just made the decision to allow the Chinese tech giant Huawei to have limited access to our new 5G comms infrastructure. Is that a wise decision? Firstly, as ever, please kick that YouTube algorithm up the rear by giving this video a big, fat like. And I do generally upload at least one new video every day, so please check back at least daily. Now, despite Huawei being classified as a high-risk vendor, the Boris Johnson government has given the green light for Huawei to be involved in the rollout of the new UK 5G communications infrastructure, albeit on a limited scale. This has drawn much disapproval from many quarters, including Nigel Farage writing in The Telegraph that Huawei is getting an easy ride because the establishment has been bought up by China. In his piece, Farage says, "But what is astonishing is the extent to which members of the establishment have become so intertwined with Chinese businesses, usually for personal gain, that legitimate concerns about our sovereignty and national security have been ignored." And also in The Telegraph, Charles Moore writes, "Allowing our infrastructure to be infected by Huawei is a far bigger risk than the coronavirus." And he also asks the obvious question of whether the Chinese would let the UK anywhere near its security systems. But the BBC reports that Beijing has warned of serious repercussions to future trade and investment if Huawei is frozen out completely. And as pointed out by the BBC, Huawei will only have a limited role in the 5G rollout. It will only be allowed to make up 35% of the peripheral equipment and will not be allowed anywhere near the core, the sensitive parts of the network. What that really comes down to is what safe firewall exists between the core and the rest of the network. In my very limited experience, the best firewall is an air gap, i.e. no direct electrical or wireless connection. Huawei will also be banned from operating near military bases and nuclear sites, except of course that the new Hinkley Point nuclear power station came about from a deal between the UK and the French energy company EDL and the Chinese state-owned CGN. Talking about today's decision, the head of Huawei in the UK, Victor Zhang, said that his company is reassured by the UK government's confirmation that we can continue working with our customers to keep the 5G rollout on track, and that it gives the UK access to world-leading technology and ensures a competitive market. The US will not be happy about this, however, with former Republican Speaker of the House of Representatives Newt Gingrich tweeting, "British decision to accept Huawei for 5G is a major defeat for the United States. How big does Huawei have to get, and how many countries have to sign with Huawei for the US government to realise we are losing the internet to China? This is becoming an enormous strategic defeat." And there are concerns that by doing this, Boris Johnson has inserted a king-size spanner, or should I say monkey wrench, into his own plans for a big UK-US trade deal with Donald Trump's America. But as indicated by Beijing's response already, there are also worries about totally rejecting Huawei, as that could be seen as a slap in the face for China, so putting serious dampeners on any prospect of building a UK-Sino trading relationship. Also consider how much of the tech stuff we already use every day, from the TV to the computer, that has Chinese-made components in them. Even the Apple iPhone. Now, The Guardian quotes a Whitehall source as saying that the government is clear-eyed about the challenge posed by Huawei, which we today confirm is a high-risk vendor. but the source did go on to say that some sort of market failure meant that they had no choice but to pursue the deal with Huawei. Now, this Huawei thing has been touted as the first big test for Boris and his team, caught between the two biggest powers on the planet while emerging from Brexit. So it seems to me that instead of making a firm decision, Boris has done a Jeremy Corbyn and sat himself on the fence, the US on one side and China on the other. But instead of trying to please both sides, he's trying to limit the damage, or that's actually all he'll be lucky to end up doing. This fence, though, is obviously not the Brexit fence that Corbyn sat on. This is a new fence, a tech fence. Let's hope for Boris's sake it doesn't turn into an electric fence. That could be painful. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it. Anyway, what do you think about this Huawei decision? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.